Here are the top 3 no-gi takedowns. My name is Jason Sago, UFC vet. We're gonna start with the single leg takedown. It's easy to secure, but hard to finish. Let's get into it. Knowing how to enter the single leg is very important. We need to know, how do you get into this position where I've isolated the leg, my back is straight, good position, straight alignment. But how do you get there? So I'm gonna show a multitude of setups here. So starting with the most basic, we're gonna do the push and catch. So as I'm coming forward, I wanna be driving him back to make that leg a little bit lighter, and then I'm gonna scoop. So as soon as I drive him back, I scoop up the leg here. So just showing from a different angle, one arm's gonna be straightening, and my other arm's gonna be scooping. So same time, I'm straightening, grabbing the leg, immediately entering. Another one, it could be off of intercepting. So sometimes your opponent's reaching out for you. As he's going to reach, I'm deflecting and shooting underneath. So he's going to reach, he's going to go for a collar tag, boom, and then I'm shooting in, grabbing the single leg. Another one that we could do is off of arm drag setup. So for example, he's reaching out, I'm gonna open, connect, I got the wrist, reaching up, right behind tricep. I'm gonna pull him forward, and as I'm pulling him forward, he resists, he pulls it out, boom, and I'm entering here off the arm drag. So if you're threatening with an arm drag here, he pulls it back, boom, that's our entry. Another way to do it is if they've already made contact. It's kind of like a modified arm drag, so they've already kind of like stiffing arming you, keeping you away. What we're gonna do is clear this down, and as I clear down, I'm going to the tricep, he's pulling it back to defend, and then I'm in. So from a different angle, he's already made contact with the shoulder. I'm gonna clear, boom, and I'm entering with the single leg. Another one is if we're close quarters, we got the bicep, we got the collar. If this leg's back, I wanna be attacking that leg, the closest point between us, so I make him step. Ideally, you're landing with that foot on the outside and immediately shooting in here. So, different angle, we got a collar tie, tricep, I want to present the leg, so circular motion, make him step, and then I'm shooting in, getting to where I want to be in the single leg position. If you noticed, every single time I entered, we're always matching up each other's stance. So for example, when we're here, if this leg's in the back, I need to present that leg. So I might be doing cross grip, bicep, pulling forward, making him present the leg, and then I'm entering. I don't want to be, put that leg back, I don't want to be shooting that far. If I have to shoot for this leg, he has more time to react. He might sprawl. Boom, exactly. So we want to make sure that we're always presenting the leg we're attacking. That way it's nice and close. So here, boom, shooting in, and then next, we'll be going over the finish. Once you get in on the single leg, we have to understand what are our options to finish. How do we take our opponent down? So whatever entry you use, this is a cross grip, bicep, make him go heavy, boom, that's our entry. We get to this point, back is straight, connection, chest to the femur bone. We're able to put a little bit of downward pressure here. Your go-to takedown when you're in this position with the single leg is gonna be running the pipe or chest pressure down. I like to think of it as squat pressure because I wanna be lowering my base. I wanna be putting pressure down. He's got no base here. We picked up his leg, so I'm trying to drive all of his energy into this hole. We're gonna make circular spiral pressure down, so I'm gonna be moving my feet while pressuring down at the same time. Use your head, push your head into him and circle your feet. Boom, 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 sitting down here. So again, pick one of your favorite entries that you want to work on with your training partner. So here, I'm going to collar tie, make him present the leg, shoot in, I get the leg, and then circle the feet, downward pressure. Boom, run the pipe. So that's one of the finishes. Another finish we could do, once you're able to get access to the leg, we get into that single leg position here. Another finish could be, one, if you got really good balance, your opponent is able to prevent the single leg takedown from happening here. I can't get him down, can't get him down. You could also clear the leg. So I'm just going to have the hand just on the knee here. I'm gonna clear this leg. Head's gonna pop out to the outside, and then I'm gonna tap the knee. I'm gonna run my feet, boom, 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 to get that finish here. So just to show from a different angle, whatever entry you want to use. If you're going to be presenting, we shoot in. I'm trying the single leg, head pops out, boom, and we're following them down all the way to the ground. Last finish here. So again, pick an entry, whatever one you want. This one I'll do the push and catch. Boom, push and catch. I got where I wanted to be. Single leg. Maybe that chest pressure's not working. I can't hit a double. Maybe he's pushing me away. If he's pushing me away, boom, I'm gonna elevate that leg as high as you can. And then from here, you wanna catch him not when he's flat, because if he's flat, I'm not gonna hit anything here. I need to catch him in the air. So I move him around, hop, 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 boom. Try to get that timing so that as that foot's elevating up in the air, that's that window. That's the time we hit it. So again, simple entry, push and scoop, boom, he pushes us away. I'm elevating this leg up nice and high, move, bam, taking him down. Here's some common mistakes I see when students are going for the single leg. So one is broken posture. So if you're kind of like picking up the leg with the rounded back, and also my arms are fully extended, I'm disconnected from the leg, my body is in bad alignment, it's easy for him to get that leg back on the floor and sprawl and kind of like break you. Versus if you keep that leg tucked in, elbows in, where you're in a strong position, chest open, shoulders back, good alignment here. If he tries to get that leg back now, it's a very different situation. I feel a lot stronger and more control once I've adjusted my posture. Another common mistake is head positioning. So this is where you're gonna get guillotined. So I don't wanna be hanging out here with my head and my neck open and exposed. It's easy to get guillotined there. So if you're ever going to decide to go from your head being on the inside to the head on the outside, it's a transition. I'm not hanging out here. So as soon as my head pops to the outside, boom, I should be hitting a double leg, right? So don't hang out with your head on the outside because of the threat of the guillotine. And then the last one is very common too, especially if you're going against somebody with a little bit more experience, is them to turn their knee out. So sometimes when I'm shooting in and I get this, he turns his knee down, boom, you lose it. So if you can anticipate that reaction, we're actually gonna release our grip as I'm kind of coming in here and he's turning that knee away, boom, I'm cupping the knee and I wanna table the leg. So as he's pulling that out, I'm coming down here and I'm tabling it. So this is the tabling, I got it nice and tight, shoulder in the hamstring area, and then I'm just gonna run my feet and drive. So I'm gonna go switch, switch, boom, here, and circle to the outside. So I just wanted to kind of go over some of the common errors I see and how to correct them for the single leg position. I'll be saving the most crucial takedown for the end of the video, but right now let's get into the body lock. It's a very useful takedown. Your hands are linked together, you're gonna be nice and strong. A couple just easy entries. If his hands are here, I can just scoop and open. So I scoop and open, boom, I get in on the body lock. Sometimes if you've got a single leg here, trying to take him down, boom, now I'm in my body lock position. So a couple things to note about the body lock position. One is your own head position. So my head could be on the front side. If my head's on the front side, I can pin my ear to his shoulder, and then that gives me the ability to break him backwards. So if you look at his body, anytime his head goes over top of his hips, he's gonna be off balance. And then once he's this far off balance, I like to use my leg to kind of just tap his leg, and then I shuffle my feet. So I shuffle, boom, and I start to shuffle my feet. So that's when your head is in the front position. Sometimes your head ends up in the back position, so head on the shoulder blade here. When I'm in this position, I want to fold them forward. And notice that I'm always using my legs to block him from moving. Like if I just drive forward, he's going to move his feet, right? I need to give him a reason to stop moving his feet, so I have to block. I'm going to step in front, making sure he can't fully move. And then again, I'm going to drive my head to the mat and drive down, 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 boom. Here, and then from here, I switch hip to hip. If it's MMA, you could do damage from the turtle position. So head position can be at the front, head position can be in the back. As far as your hip position goes, if my hip is in the front pocket of his, this gives me the ability to turn his hip. So body lock position, head's nice and tight. What I'm gonna do is circle. I'm gonna drive my hip inside, and then I'm gonna turn my body at the same time. You can kind of see that I'm opening up his hips. So just from a different angle here, body lock position, I'm getting my hips on the inside, and I'm gonna circle and open up. Boom, 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 boom. And then you could go into your pass immediately after. Sometimes when you're in the body lock position, you might be completely behind them. So if I get completely behind them here, notice on my grip, if we square up, this is a symmetrical grip. I'm centered, right? We want to go asymmetrical. So I'm going to go one arm deep, one arm shallow, not having the knot in the center, all the way to the outside. And if you look at my feet here, I'm going to skip. So as I skip my feet, boom, here. And then I'm going to pull him back to trip him over that foot here, this way. So I was in the backside, adjust my grip, skip, takedown. Just from a different angle here, if I'm on the backside here, I adjust the grip, I skip my feet, and then I'm taking down over that leg trip. Here's another one, just for fun, when you're doing something lower risk, just like a jiu-jitsu tournament, you get the back here, we're gonna slide all the way through, you see that opening coming up through the middle, and as I'm coming up through the middle, I pull him back, boom, you can finish with a nice heel hook entry here. Boom, for the finish. So there's a few different options from the body lock position. Anytime you get your hands linked together, it's a strong position, so go for the body lock. Let's talk about the final finish, the double leg. So this is a great finish because you can combine a takedown with a pass here. So we all know it's a struggle to get around the legs, so let's see how we can do a takedown while passing the legs at the same time. So sometimes we get in on the single leg position, boom, here, and maybe I can't finish, and I said the head popping to the outside is just the transition. So if I'm thinking I can't finish the single, as soon as I pop my head out, I'm gonna immediately hit the double. As I'm hitting the double, I pop the head, I'm gonna clear the leg, and then I'm tapping this leg to make sure he can't just keep jumping. I wanna make sure I'm blocking that. I'm gonna run my feet. So I block, run the feet, boom, and I clear the legs. So notice that I immediately pass the guard on the landing here. So another thing too is that sometimes when you're doing like a snap down, I got the crown of the head, the tricep, trying to make him look at the floor. His natural reaction is to posture up. As he postures up, boom, that's my entry, boom. And again, passing the legs at the same time. Don't have to go through the struggle of trying to pass his guard. Another one too is even if I'm just taking like an arm drag here, boom, he pulls back, boom, that's my entry. Boom, hitting that double leg. So it's a very versatile takedown. It can be done off a ton of different setups. And my favorite part is you get to pass the legs at the same time. If you guys want to know what to do once the fight hits the ground, check out this next video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, please just type them in. I'm here to help you guys. Thanks for watching.
2, 1.
Here are the top 3 takedowns in no-gi.
2, 1.
If you want to know what to do once the fight hits the ground, check out this next video. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Jason Sago. I forget what our outro was.